Hello and welcome back. Welcome to the Empowered Exit Podcast. Retire boldly, live fully, and leave a legacy. The show where high earning professionals turn financial stress into clarity and confidence into a future that they can trust. I'm your host, Rita Oliver, the Money Strategist, the CEO and President of Strategies, Options, and Solutions. And here on the Empowered Exit Podcast, we break down the real reasons why you're having financial overwhelm, lifestyle pressure, and that quiet voice saying to you about retirement. Shouldn't I have figured this out by now? At SOS, we believe in one simple truth. If you can plan it, you can build it, and you can live it with confidence. And what I do as a chartered retirement planning counselor, certified wealth management specialist, and a certified master financial coach is I help high earning professionals to gain clarity and to create a retirement income strategy without sacrificing your lifestyle nor delaying your goals. And that is to help you have empowerment to retire boldly, live fully, and leave that legacy with intention. I am so excited to do today's episode. I've had some investment and retirement strategy sessions and consultations with many people here in the last couple of weeks. And what I've learned from some of those is what I want to talk about today. The title of today's podcast is Pieces, but Not a Path. That's right, pieces, but not a path. So, this is for that high earning professional that has pieces of their financial life everywhere. And what I mean by that is you got a 401k, you may have two or three because you've left a job, an IRA over here, a pension estimate saved in an email. You may have glanced at your Social Security statement once in a while. And then you've got some vague idea about what your retirement may look like someday. Someday is not a day of the week. So, what I mean is, when I just saying all of that, you've collected some pieces, created some pieces for retirement, which is great, but you don't have a path. And that's where the stress comes from. Not that you have lack of effort, but you got lack of clarity. Yeah, that's the truth there. So today in this conversation, well, really, I'm having it with you all because I'm here in my studio today. What we're going to talk about is why so many of you end up with these scattered accounts. Nothing wrong with having the accounts, but you don't have the consolidation. You don't have the picture. You haven't figured out how your lifestyle changes, how your career changes, create financial fragmentation, and why having enough money still doesn't equal having a plan. That's true. Still doesn't equal having a plan. So, what I'm going to do is walk you through how to turn those disconnected pieces into a clear, confident roadmap using the same method that I use with my clients. And that's my Financial Confidence Accelerator program. That is the framework where I help you gain clarity and create that retirement income strategy. So, you'll finally see where you're going and how you're going to get there and what your retirement will actually look like. Let me simplify it real quickly for you. I'm going to help you understand the difference between your working income and retirement income. Further simplified is that we're going to estimate your monthly retirement income, your expenses, your lifestyle. So you have a clear roadmap of what you need to do today that's adjusting your personal finances, adjust with your expenses, and adjust with your retirement contributions. That's what we do in the Confidence Accelerator to help take your scattered pieces and make it a plan. So if you felt embarrassed at all about not having this together, well, tell you don't feel embarrassed. If you've been overwhelmed or quietly anxious about not having all of it figured out, this episode is your permission to breathe and take the pressure off. You're not behind. You just need a path. And if you're new to the podcast, please share this out. Please share this out and please subscribe to this podcast. You may know a friend or a bestie or someone who's on that journey to clarity and confidence here in 2026. So please share this podcast with them so that they can learn how to no longer be overwhelmed. They can now navigate these rough waters and they can start to make changes to get clarity and confidence and control of their cash flow in 2026. As I said, I've had the consultations with clients. I've had consultations with those that want to be clients, and I've had the conversations with clients where we've done strategy sessions and done coaching sessions. And from talking to so many high earning professionals, tell me the same thing. Rita, I've been saving for years. They have the accounts, the brokerage accounts, the savings accounts. They may have a 401k, a 403b, a thrift savings plan from the federal government, like I had. They have their pension estimate from the federal government. And for those lucky enough in the corporate world that may have been grandfathered in at some of your blue chip companies, they still have a pension that they will receive. So they've got the data somewhere. They're doing a Roth IRA because they've heard somebody say that, or traditional IRA because their income was too high to qualify for the Roth, and they contribute when they remember to do something. And they may have a brokerage account where they're playing around with investments, some ETF, mutual funds, some stocks. So they're contributing sometimes very aggressively, sometimes not aggressively, but they have no idea how all of these pieces fit together. What they don't know is their estimated retirement monthly income. They have no idea from all of those retirement accounts, those retirement vehicles, what their monthly income will be and how it compares to their current lifestyle or how long their money will last. That's what I meant by working income versus retirement income. There is a huge difference if you did not know. There's a huge difference if you don't know. But the truth is, you all are not behind. You just don't have the path. You've got pieces of the puzzle. The puzzle is not put together. So you don't have a plan and you can't walk the path to retire boldly, live fully, and leave a legacy. But nobody taught you how to build the picture. And I learned how to build a picture. So I'm an auditor. I was trained to build pictures. I was trained to look at what was not there and build a picture from it. And that's what I'm doing here at SOS, is using my auditor skills to do an audit on your finances, an audit on your retirement, an audit on you and where you want to be, your goals, and how to put the pieces together. Because, for me as an auditor, I had to take pieces and make it an audit report with findings and recommendations. And that's what I will do for you. But here's the part that most people never learn, is that retirement really comes down to two buckets that you got to manage. You've got to manage a stability bucket, which is going to be your stable income for the month. And where will that come from? This is your retirement paycheck. You've been accustomed to a biweekly paycheck. Now you're going to have a monthly retirement paycheck. Where is that going to come from? I've always said this in my lives when I've talked about retirement. Retirement income is going to come from the assets that you have built. The assets that you have built. Let me put a question in here for you right now. Have you built any assets? The premise I'm talking about with this is that people have built assets and they have it scattered everywhere. But if you have not built any assets, that's a podcast for another day. I would highly suggest that you look at the show notes and you schedule a call with me to get you started there. But that's for another day, another time. But the income is going to come from the assets. So where is your monthly retirement check going to come from? From all of these sources that we talked about. Do you know? I'm here to tell you should know. The second bucket is called your flexibility bucket. Your flexibility bucket. This is where you're going to take money to pay for your home repairs, your travel, your lifestyle. This is where, what's keeping your emergency fund going, to pay for the things that you like to do, some of the things that you have to do when things happen, emergencies, lifestyle upgrades, okay? Not your monthly bills. Stability bucket and flexibility bucket. So most people don't know how to separate these buckets or use them strategically. And that's why they can't answer the number one retirement question that I, the money strategist, ask them. And that they're asking themselves, will I have enough money every month to live? Will I have enough every month? So my job is to take all of those scattered pieces and turn them into a clear retirement income plan for you. I show you exactly what your monthly income will be, how it compares to your lifestyle, to your working income, and then we see where you have the gaps, the leaks, the blind spots, and we fix them. We fix them. Because you see, you cannot continue on with money in different places, but you don't have any idea how it all works together. It is great and fantastic that you have saved the money, but you cannot keep it all keep it separate. You've got to understand how it all fits together. And you have to know how long your money is going to last you. But if you don't know what you have out here and how it all works together, you can't have any idea how long the money is going to last. You don't know what you need to do in terms of adjusting your contributions in these retirement accounts to close any gaps or leaks that you have. That's very important. You have pieces, but no path. You have assets, but no strategy. You have savings, but no structure. You have potential, but no plan. And that's not what you deserve after all of the hard work that you have put in. Because you have sources from many places, as I said, it's all about how do you put those sources together. What's going to be your monthly retirement income? That is something I had to know as I was planning for retirement. You all may have heard me say this, I retired from the federal government in 2022. But 20 years earlier, I started working on this. 20 years earlier, I started working on it. I started working on the things that I needed to clean up, like my debt. That's mortgage, auto loans, credit card debt. That had to go out of the way once I understood how my retirement plan, how my pension worked. And some of you listening to me, you have a pension with the federal government. You can get an estimate right on your desktop. Those of you in corporate America, you can go to your HR or whoever the plan administrator is, or you may be able to generate it yourself. What's the estimated monthly retirement income will be from the pension? And also, too, for both of you in the federal government and corporate America, what you need to look at is that you need to look at the age of where you can retire. You just can't retire when you decide to. The company, the government will have the age that you are eligible to retire, that you're eligible to start receiving retirement benefits. Okay? So it's not just up to you. Interesting conversation, isn't it? You never thought about all that. So why does this matter? Because see, without a path, as I've said, you can't answer that question. What will be my monthly income? Will that income be enough for the month? You don't know if you're on track or if you're behind, and you don't know how to adjust to avoid stress later, and you don't know how to turn your assets into income to protect your lifestyle. All of this, pieces, but not a path. But as I said, this can all be solved. That's what we do in the Accelerator program, which is our framework for helping the clients to gain clarity and gain that retirement income plan. Because you've got scattered accounts and you need a clear retirement income plan. As I said, you've got savings but no structure, assets but no strategy. But all of that can be changed with your decision. With your decision that I'm going to know now. Because when you know early enough, and we've all heard it, about saving for retirement early enough. When you know early in the game, as I say, then you can adjust in your personal finances because you may need to contribute more aggressively to your retirement accounts. You know, a lot of you are not saving the maximum contribution that the IRS allows every year, which today is what, $24,500. A lot of you are not doing that. And you also need to dig deeper into your retirement plan. Because a lot of you have, 403B, a tax sheltered annuity, or 457B, which is deferred comp plan. And there are differences in that. Okay, you're going to get the matching. B, you're going to get some matching, but not as much as the 401k. I've seen people where their company is only matching between 1 and 1.25%, whereas 401k people are getting at least 5%. Deferred compensation plan, there is no matching. It's all on you and the investments that you select. Did you know that? See, that's scattered. But then if you put it into a plan, a framework, now you understand what role each of them plays in it for you. Remember, I said you got two buckets, the stability bucket and the flexibility bucket. So what we need to do is turn these pieces into a path for you. Make sure that you have everything that you need. Make sure that you are on track. Make sure that you have all that you need to make those decisions that are critical to you retiring on time and retiring with money. You have pieces, but you need a path, and you deserve a plan. I want to thank you for joining me today for today's episode of the Empowered Exit Podcast. If pieces but not a path spoke to you, know this. Clarity is much closer than you think. You don't have to keep guessing and hoping or piecing things together on your own anymore. So when you're ready to turn your scattered accounts into a strategy and turn your uncertainty into confidence, I invite you to book a financial clarity call with me. Your future deserves a plan that you can trust. And remember, at SOS, we believe in one simple truth around here that when you can plan it, you can build it and live it with confidence. Your empowered exit starts right now. I'm Rita Oliver, the Money Strategist. Until next time, take care.